just gonna get right into the video. I'm Jace, aka the Puerto Rican Clown, and you can catch me on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. I'm on everything, right? So anyways, let's get right into the video. What I want to talk about today is Dead by Daylight. When I really think about this game, and I was talking about it with my friend the other day, and this game is really underrated. It's actually really, really good, and it's actually like low-key addicting, and like in a sense but I don't know why nobody's really playing it, because when I look at the game as a whole, a lot of people, I would say, don't like this game, and I didn't like this game in the beginning, but I would argue that most people probably don't like this game in the beginning because you die a lot. Like, you die a lot. Like, there's nothing else to do, because the killer, especially in, like, I feel like if I'm a new survivor, right, because there's 4 survivors and there's 1 killer. If you're a new survivor versus a new killer that's never played the game, chances are I would probably say the killer can probably kill you easier just by doing the tutorial and the basics of the game. The survivor can kind of get it, but he won't know the ins and outs. I'm not saying the same thing doesn't apply for killers, but that gap is definitely in the beginning. It's easier definitely to be a killer. Now, when you switch the roles and you go into higher ranks, being a killer can actually be really tough against really 4 good survivors that work well together. It can get really, really difficult. But let's talk about the entry level, because that's where a lot of people get stuck at. And I did for a while. I downloaded the game. I played for maybe a couple times, and to be honest, I hated the game. I was like, this game's stupid. Like, all you do is die. You just get hooked. Like, the hooks are like 2 feet away from each other. And all I do is dying, and like, it was just terrible. So I didn't play for a good while. I stopped playing this game for like months. I don't even know how long. I wouldn't say a year, but definitely months. And for some reason, I just got back into it. On Xbox, just playing it, whatever. And then obviously I got my PC, so I said, oh, let me play it on that. So, I play mostly when I play Dead by Daylight, I usually play on my PC. Just the experience is a lot better. My PC is just, it's just better than an Xbox Series X. That's another video. But regardless, I believe that it takes time for more. So let's compare it to a game like Apex. You can still get in there, loot a little bit, run around, maybe, you'll be able to, like, shoot some things, shoot some people, whatever, fuck around with your teammates. Like, there's some action going on there, right? I know there's no comparison between Apex and Dead by Daylight. They're 2 different genres, obviously. But, like, for a new player to get in, is what I'm trying to say, is it's easier, like, you can just get in there, the game has its MMR, and, like, you'll be good. Dead by Daylight 2 has its MMR, I'm not saying it doesn't, but if you verse a new killer versus a new survivor, the new killer is gonna have the advantage, I would say, in most scenarios, unless he's just really, fucking around. But other than that, I would say he's gonna be pretty good. He'll be able to get a couple swings, a couple of hits. You might maybe throw a pallet down or whatever, maybe hide in a locker, but he'll find you, because lockers are practically useless in Dead by Daylight. What else? And I would say that's about it. But I really do feel Dead by Daylight is a very underrated game. And then when I look up the stats on streamcharts.com here, it's pretty crazy, like what the peak are. Like, the last 30 days, the peak players is 53,000. The all-time peak is 105,000 players. I mean, that's not a lot. You compare that to another game like Apex, it's like millions. A lot of people play Apex. I play Apex. I play a bunch of different games, to be honest. But Dead by Daylight is really something I like, and I don't think there is a good portion of, like, videos out there talking about Dead by Daylight and the perks and the killers, how to be better and stuff like that, and rank up. I hit rank 1 with Survivor, but it's really not that hard. If you do the bare minimum, you can get up there. It's really, I don't think it's that hard to get to rank 1 for Survivor, but killer, I would say it's definitely more harder. But regardless, this game is very underrated, and I think, if a lot more streamers got into it, I think this game would really be up there. Not because, like the hype would be there, right? But then after the hype, a lot of people realize, hey, this game's actually pretty good, and it's different. It's not always that third-person shooter where you gotta be constantly looking at your screen, Like, you kind of, like, low-key relax playing this game. Like, you can chill, like, have a beer, you don't have to focus so much. Does it get a little sweaty sometimes? It can get a little sweaty, and on that end, but then the other end of the spectrum, it can get a little stupid. But for the most part, I would argue it's more chill, where you're not constantly like staring at your screen. You don't have to keep moving around, looking around, checking your corners, or whatever it is you're doing, to keep up that, So, with that being said, I want to know, like, your guys' thoughts. So, like, if everyone sees this video, like, what do you guys think of Dead by Daylight? What do you think the developers can do to make this game, like, bigger? So Twitch streamers just go crazy about it, because that's a big thing. When a couple big Twitch streamers or whatever are streaming on YouTube or whatever, they decide to say, hey, I want to play this game instead. A lot of people are like, oh, like, what's this game? Like, it could be any game, especially any game on Steam that's like maybe a couple 100,000 people are playing, or even less, are playing this game, and then it gets big. So I don't know your guys' thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed these types of conversations, feel free to subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. All right, like the video, take care, and thank you, and have a wonderful